Hi everyone, it is Wine Wednesday Pet Peeve. Oh, and if you're not sure who this is Kim. I actually did my hair and makeup today. Inspired by my outfit yesterday. Thought I'd see if I could pull it off. But my pet peeve today, I don't know if my crazy dog will make a show or not. He's out there. But it is when people say to me that they don't like wine. Because I'm literally like, what do you mean you don't like wine? There's like 10,000 wines in this world. That's like saying you don't like food, right? I'm sure there's foods that you don't like, and you can't not like food because there's so much food. There's so much wine. So I'm just going to give you a small peek at all the wines out there in this world. So, here we go. This here is a Spruzzi Grillo. Most of you probably have not even heard of a Grillo. I never did. This grape grows on the island of Sicily. How freaking cool is that? A Sicilian grape. Pinot Grigios. Everybody's heard of a Pinot Grigio. It's a very popular white wine. I bet not too many of you have heard of Manzoni Bianco. I never did. This Italian mad scientist married two grapes together and created this awesome thing. No, this is not a wine. This is a bag of potato chips, or Doritos, I should say. And the reason it's here is because, oh yes, all those wines would go with those Doritos chips for sure. Caballero de Luna. This is a white wine blend. 3 different grapes. Let's take a look. Macabo, Zorel, and Muscat. I'm pretty sure you've never heard of those grapes in your entire life until today, so you're welcome. There's my dog. I had to have him show up because, you know, I love my dog. All right, so these are all dry, acidic, crisp white wines, and we are representing Sicily, Italy, and Spain. Okay, now we're going to move to some sweet wines. And in Maryland, the struggle is real because everybody here loves sweet wines because sweet wines don't require food. And we as Americans drink more wine than any other country, believe it or not, more than the French and more than the Italians, but we have no freaking idea what we're doing. And we drink our wine as a cocktail, and we drink it at happy hour, and we drink it without food, and that's why Americans love sweet wine so much. The rest of the world knows that food is meant to go with wine. But these wines here are all kind of sweet, and you can actually drink them with or without food. Beeline, this is a symphony. I can guarantee most of you have never heard of a symphony grape before from the beautiful state of California. We have a Muscat here. I'm sorry, a Muscatel. Muscatel, not a Moscato, not to be confused with a Moscato, within the same family, but not as sweet. This one's from South Africa. Yeah, South Africa, an up and coming growing country for wines. Calamity Sue, not to be called Calamity Jane, although it does get confused with that a lot. This is a beautiful Riesling from California, and most of you have all heard of Rieslings because Riesling is a very popular varietal. If you're looking for a perfect wine to bring to a party, bring Riesling. It'll go with pretty much everything. If you're looking for a perfect way to drink wine in a sociable setting when you don't want people to know you're drinking wine, you bring a coffee mug that's dark and no one has to know that you have wine in there. No judging. Okay, well what the heck? Bellamente is showing up again with Riano. And the reason why is I just have to do a shameless plug for 2 wonderful wines that Traveling Vineyard has. Bellamente, we partner with the American Brain Tumor Association, and for every bottle of wine that we market, we donate $1 in memory of Ted, who is the husband of one of our amazing wine guys, Lori. And this is the way we give back because he did lose his battle last November. And we will continue to have this varietal in honor of him and to help promote awareness. And then over here we have Riano, a Chilean cab. And that was given in memory as well for Paige, who lost her battle with cancer. And we donate $1 to Living Beyond Breast Cancer for every bottle that we market there. So wonderful wines, also a wonderful way to give back. Up here we have Boombox Syrah. A lot of people have heard of Syrah. This is from California. And way down under we have Hot Ticket Shiraz from the beautiful country of Australia. Shiraz and Syrah are both genetically the same grape. Everywhere in the world they call that grape Syrah, except the Australians want to be different and they call it Shiraz. That being said, these two wines taste very different because they grow in different regions. The grapes grow in different regions, so they're going to taste different. A French Syrah is going to taste different than an Australian Shiraz. So look at that. How about that? Bet you didn't know that. All right, these are two of my favorite wines here because I like wines that pack a punch. Small Hours is a red Zinfandel. Everybody's heard of a white Zinfandel? Well, there's no such thing as a white Zinfandel grape. The white Zinfandel is actually made from a red Zinfandel, and it was an accident that became ridiculously popular in the 80s. But red Zinfandel is the grape, and if America was to send a grape to the Olympics, that's the grape they would send, because red Zinfandel is known as America's grape. One of my favorite grapes because I freaking love high alcohol, and this one has... Do you see it? Oh yeah, 16%. Woo-woo! I got some sand there from my good friend Sally. Hi Sally, to represent the beach. Betgate, a traditional California cab. Not going to say a whole lot about that because everybody's heard of a Cabernet. However, I am going to say that you should eat them with Thin Mints. They go better with Thin Mints than milk. We are crossing the ocean now. You see that little ship? That was what was in my Mardi Gras king cake. So, and that means that I'm going to cross the ocean apparently. Shout out to my friend Jen who made the cake and put that in there for me to bite into. We have Ignia from Portugal, and she is a blend of, can you see it? Touriga Nacional, Touriga Franca, Alicante, Bouchet. Pretty sure you never heard of those grapes. I love when we have an Italian wine because I can practice my Italian. Avincera Rosso Piceno, and she is a Montepulciano Sangiovese blend from Italy. For those of you who haven't heard of those grapes, those are actually pretty much the mainstream Italian grapes, but pretty darn awesome. And this is like mannequin, but with wine. Okay, last but not least are, no, I'm not actually not last but least, some of our premium wines. Again, a Syrah. Most of you guys have heard of Syrah. I have to shout out to this one because people say they don't like wine, but they like bourbon or hard liquor. I'm like, well, then you need to try this wine because this wine is, what, 16.3% alcohol. When I'm drinking this wine, Ken knows I've had a bad day. So there, all my hard liquor drinkers, you want that one. Lux Cabernet, this is for all you single ladies. You don't need a man when you got a bottle of Lux. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you're just getting into your wine world, Pinot Noirs are the perfect wines to have. It's an easy red wine to drink, a great starter wine. And then 5 strings Petite Syrah. Petite Syrah is a grape, not to be confused with a Syrah. It is a completely different grape. It's a tiny little grape, very cute, and very similar to a red Zinfandel. So if you like red Zinfandels, you would probably like a Petite Syrah. And then I have to feature all this dark chocolate because dark chocolate and red wine are a marriage made in heaven. So if anybody says they don't like red wine, have it with some dark chocolate and you could change your world. Now, last but not least, the 2 sweet wines. All you people who love sweet wines, here you go. Give it up for Fasada and Double Date. They have sweet grapes in them. And I'll be quite honest, I'm not a sweet wine drinker, so I don't pay a whole lot of attention to what's in these wines, but all my sweet wine drinkers love them. Double Date is empty because I actually don't ever carry any Double Date in my house inventory-wise. Again, I don't drink it. I will have Fasada for desserts, and she is from the Finger Lakes. A couple different grapes in there. They are sweet, and they go great with milk chocolate. I have one lonely milk chocolate because I don't like milk chocolate. And that's the only thing I can scrounge out. But look at that. So that is a whole lot of wine. Hello again. And I'm guaranteeing that you didn't hear a whole lot of those varietals. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's 10,000 grapes in this world from a zillion different countries. Everybody's growing wine or growing grapes and making wine. So give it a whirl. You know, I mean, there's no way you can't like wine because that would be like saying, I don't like food. And I hope I encourage you to give it a whirl. Have a great day. That's my Wine Wednesday pet peeve. Nobody can say they don't like wine. Cheers.